All right, so here we go. Yes, we just got a brand new Space Marine 2 blog post, and in it, they talk about the future upcoming content, most notably stuff happening in October. Yes, it's finally October. They did talk about the brand new operation coming up here. We got brand new details about that. And yes, some graphics updates as well, and a bunch of other quality of life stuff happening around Space Marine 2. But you know what? I say we start from the beginning. Now, remember, if you are new, smack that subscribe button. I will have you guys covered on all things Space Marine 2, and leave a comment down below because I'm going over your top comments here in a little bit in this video. But let's get into this. September community update. I think that is supposed to read October, by the way. This is brand new. Now, they go on to thank us, of course, and they do say here that month over month, they're seeing new players keep being added into the Space Marine 2 community. So it is a growing, thriving community. But let's get into upcoming content. It says a hotfix will be arriving very soon. It most likely intends to fix crashes and improve stability. In the future, expect quality of life improvements, additional customization features, such as new colors for the lenses, and more. Now, for PC players, a 4K texture pack will be downloadable, and it will be entirely free. Nice. I cannot wait to check that out. However, I will say, hopefully, they do mention what they will be doing for consoles. It would be nice to hear about some sort of graphics improvements for consoles as well. We do know, of course, that yes, the PS5 Pro is coming up here, and to expect some graphical increases there, of course, but I think a lot of you that are on existing platforms want to see some improvements there as well. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, let's continue on where it says your future brief. The new map for operations mode located on planet Kadaku will arrive in October. Hey, I got it right. We are going to planet Kadaku. So if you missed that previous video I did, I'll throw that in the description below. There's a lot more details in there. Now, we got this. The Tyranid invasion of Kadaku is ending. The planet's organic material is being transformed into biomass, and the Tyranid capillary towers stretch high into the skies above, where the hive ships wait to taste their victory. The Cadian forces have made a valiant attempt to push back against the Tyranids. A team of Space Marines arrives on Kadaku with a simple mission: help the Cadians destroy the towers. Now, the Tyranids may win the planet, but the Imperium will make it as painful as possible for them. Love it. And here is a look once again at our brand new operation, which does seem to center around those capillary towers, as I suggested beforehand. So this is really cool. Cannot wait to check it out. Now, bugs and patches and questions. So therefore, our duty is not done here. We've seen that many of you were experiencing server issues and other bugs. We're taking your feedback into account for our future updates. An important patch was deployed here. It corrected a few bugs and added features such as private mode for operations, the hub sparring arena, ultra-ride support, improved spawns in multiplayer, rebalancing of various enemies you encounter in campaign and operations mode, corrections of bugs that prevented players from progressing through certain levels. We know that. That was a great update, by the way, but they're saying, hey, wait, there's more. Nevertheless, we're still working on the remaining bugs. We've also brought answers to many questions raised by you on different platforms, mostly focused together, Discord and Steam. Many of these questions were answered in our message to the community, which you may find. Check that out. Another cool screenshot. Now it says, be loyal to the cause, be respectful. So this is a little bit of like a warning. So it says, it has been reported that some players were displaying hurtful behaviors or comments in game. We do not tolerate that and will take action to prevent it. That's great to hear. First and foremost, we kindly ask you to remain respectful, mature, and mannerly with your fellow Space Marines. You can never know how old the other players may be, how their day is going, how sensitive they may be. Overall, you never know who your brothers and sisters are. It could be you don't want to insult Henry Cavill, brother. No, you don't. Yeah, Henry Cavill is online and he might be playing right alongside you. All right, so once again, excellent job on the blog post. I really love the level of communication from this team. It is just awesome to see. But they did say to expect this type of blog post to be happening once a month towards the tail end of the month. I think that this was supposed to release at the very, very end of September. Seems like it was delayed until, early October, which we're in right now. But anyway, yeah. But I did want to talk about what is going on beyond that. Yes, we are going to be getting that horde mode. And there's been some posts that indicate the craziness that could happen to players. Check it out right here. This is somewhat rare. Let me know if it's happened to you. 2 Zoanthropes and a Neurothrope at the same time. So you could see the insane, wacky combinations, the potential here as to what can happen in horde mode. That right there, though, I'm going to say would absolutely be the worst nightmare ever We have a reply here. It says, the hive mind clearly knows what strategy is working. Exactly. It says, how absolutely amazing would that be if the developers coded the Tyranid AI to learn from the player base's action and adjust its spawns rate and strategies accordingly? Now, yeah, it seems like the AI director, there is an AI director in the game, and it does actually adjust to what you're doing. At least that's what they have said beforehand. I wish they would give us a little bit more detail there on exactly how it works. But we also have this one right here. Anyone else feel like the Hive Tyrant plays like a Dark Souls boss? I love it. And I bring this up because I want to see more of this in the game, by the way. I would love to see more sub-bosses, bosses that behave like that. That's something that I love. And you guys got to remember, the in-game boss from the campaign was freaking amazing. That's sort of thing that I think they need to add more into operations going forward. But there's also another requested feature that has been pretty absent, and it is a photo mode to take pictures of our custom Marines. This is desperately needed and currently missing. Right now, the photo mode only excels in single player campaign. It would be nice to have that option drop into, of course, operations. I don't know if they're worried about people using it in like a malicious way or something, and that's why it's not in co-op mode or something. But yeah, I would love to see photo mode in operations mode. Now, also, we got to go over your top comments. Remember to leave a comment down below. It can end up right in a future video. So let's do this. All right. And it goes on to say, if anyone wants to play Horde mode, now go to the decapitation mission, put it on Ruthless, never detonate the bridge bomb, and just enjoy infinite waves. Oh, hell yes. I'm going to try that, actually. Then we have this one, dating sim. We already have Rogue Trader. That is a great point. Yeah, you know, recently Saber made some comments about, hey, you know, 40k is so expansive. Maybe we do a dating simulator. And I think some people might be like, what? What are they talking about? Like, but it's so true. It's so expansive. They could practically do anything with it, as long as they don't oversaturate it and just start pushing out stuff to push out stuff. You know what I mean? So far, they've been really focused up around quality with their games, which I love, and I hope they continue that trend of quality over quantity. That's so important. All right, we have this one right here. I'd hate a Space Marine 3 if it was released any sooner than 4 years after Space Marine 2. Fact, whatever they want to do with Space Marine 3 comes off enthusiasm for Space Marine 2 and can also be added with various extensive DLCs and expansions. Extended campaign and storyline, DLC. Different campaign and storyline, DLC. You can see he wants DLC through and through, and a lot of you guys want them to continue what is happening here with Space Marine 2 for at least the next 4 years. And, you know, since we're already getting graphical updates, why couldn't they just continue doing that? So, yeah, I totally agree with you all. I just think that people currently love how operations feel as well. It's just nice. Everything is working really, really nicely. So why not continue down that path, you know? All right, next up, we have this one right here. Orcs fit nicely into all of the features. Bring them back. They did make some comments about that. It's something that they are mulling over, and that's all they've said. But there's absolutely no guarantee. Now, mentioning that would be considered, I guess you would say, a new faction added to the game. In that regard, they said that would be a ton of work. Probably most likely won't happen anytime soon whatsoever. And it looks like they're eyeballing more than anything Necrons for a new faction. So yeah. All right, next up we have this. They really need to sort out the social side of the game. Not being able to add people, etc. is shocking. I have met some brothers who have made the Emperor proud, and the fact I can't add them is shocking. Bar that, bring it on. The Emperor protects brothers. Hell yes. Someone says, gives sniper proper melee weapons, is the quote here. What's not proper about the combat knife to this guy? You can literally fight off entire hordes with ease if you get its fencing variant. Yeah, and it also adds uniqueness to that class. You know, you don't want to kind of make everything feel the same, of course. And we got this one right here. The priority in PvE-centric games should be connectivity. We should be able to log in with the expectation to play with our friends. It feels more like we have to hope that we don't get stuck joining server. Yeah, at least they talked about that today in the blog post. This is like one of the, well, not one of the first times they really mentioned it, but in the blog post, yes, they really kind of like specifically mentioned, hey, we are focusing on the server issues and connectivity. I really hope that they could pull off something here, because it seems like a lot of you are still dealing with this. I mean, the next comment is also about that as well. And we have this right here. It does feel like a lot of perks are just filler and not a lot of thought went into it. All perk trees definitely need a second and third look at. So a lot of you guys do agree that there needs to be some sort of perk overhaul for this game. Hey, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if they actually did that. They did it for Darktide. They went in and really like ripped up the whole system in Darktide and did different itemization for that, really upgraded it. So, hey, maybe they could do something similar for Space Marine 2. But the big question is, what would you guys like to see? But anyway, there it is. The latest happenings around Space Marine 2. But yeah, I have you guys covered on all things Space Marine 2. You better believe it. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Take care.